Get in, nerds, we are playing Victoria 3. So for this episode, our goals are 1, to get our massive debt under control, and number 2, to take over New Grenada. We want to get a, I want to get a Protectorate over New Grenada, and if possible, to steal Panama, so that I've got control of the Panama Canal, so that nobody else builds the Panama Canal before I do. We've got a truce with them until the end of May. So let's get started with that. The other thing I want to do is I want to drop government wages. I think ideally by 2. Yeah, I think by 2. I think I can live with the prestige hit, but I want to try to get out of debt sooner rather than later. Redeemers. A coalition of former Confederates and Confederate sympathizers have won control of South Carolina's state government through means fair and foul, threatening the ongoing process of Reconstruction. Draw a line on one side of which you see intelligence, virtue, self-respect, and democracy, and on the other, the absolute unchecked political supremacy of brute force and terror. And there you will behold not one attribute of free government, but the saddest tyranny of the old South, desperately clawing back power that ever cursed this earth. Reconciliation demands an accord with these men. This reduces all Pop's political strength in South Carolina, makes Dixie Pops more loyal, Afro-American Pops more radical, or I can arrest these men and install a new government, increasing Pop political strength in South Carolina, making Afro-American Pops more loyal and Dixie Pops more radical. I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to see if there's a different outcome to Reconstruction if you don't even bother and have mass radicalism among Dixie Pops. We'll see how that goes. An explorer's life for me. An insurgent group has emerged within the expedition, and 2 of the men have sneaked out in the middle of the night to go to a liquor store.
But Captain, it's been a while since we're far from home, and explorers will be explorers, right? We're just exploring a bit, in some other direction. But, exploring nonetheless.
These men need some discipline, reduce the current peril, expedition slightly delayed, or they just need to break minor progress in peril. I'm going to do the first one. This will reduce the peril and delay things. So that reduced peril by 1. So we're now at 2 peril out of 8. And hopefully we'll be able to continue to keep peril low. I do have a free reform. I think I'm in the most legitimate government I can be. Yes, that's right. Because somehow the yeoman farmers and the southern planters are still quite weak. They're still suffering from the loser and revolutionary struggle modifier. The yeoman farmers, though, super duper weak. They're not going to get above 5% if things continue the way they are, which is a little bit of a shock to me. I do have some influence to play. I almost said some political power. I've been playing too much Hearts of Iron. I do have some influence to play with. I am improving relations with Britain and France at the moment. I think I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with Cuba, because I am going to eventually want them in my empire. Harvest condition. We have a drought in Delaware and across the Northeast. So, I'm going to leave that be. We're in big laissez-faire hours. I think that's just the way to go. Obviously, economy's not growing very fast, but we're still one of the largest economies in the world right now. The miracle of life. The expedition is woken up in the middle of the night. I know it says waken up, but it should be woken up if we're speaking modern English. Inhuman screams come from one of the tents, and a female voice cries, "Baby." The miracle of life. How less of a miracle it was, and how much of a torture it seemed when looking at that poor woman giving birth. The screams couldn't be stopped for at least 2 more hours, and all of our scarce medicines were allocated to such terrifying labor. To what extent they seemed to work, I must confess that my hopes were low, and that I wished this woman a simpler life after this Calvary. We will take care of the baby, expedition slightly delayed, or it's best for both of them to go back to a village, minor progress. I'm actually going to do the first one. Having the baby in the expedition allows you to get a strong event later on. Are we incorporating all of our recently fully colonized states? A little bit longer in Nebraska. Ichabod Black, supporting the reactionary movement. He's a jingoist. I have an unfair love of the name Ichabod, so this is just me. Where is he? He's an No? He's not that guy. Where is he? He's in the Petit Bourgeois. He's here. A reactionary. Well, it is what it is. Ooh. Current expedition. Proceeds without incident. Excellent. That's very good. Hopefully we can hit a success event on free trade. Almost done with Nebraska, and soon we'll get started incorporating that. Once we do, that should give us, yes, Manifest Destiny Frontier Wars completed. Start incorporating. That's going to put us a little short on government capacity. Let's go ahead and throw some more government buildings in Ohio just to quickly increase that. Are we short on... Oh, we are actually short on taxation capacity in a couple different areas. Alright. Not too many, though, so we'll do one each in each of these territories, and that should be just fine. Bam. 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 And it was New Mexico, I think. Yeah, California, New Mexico, Arizona, and Nevada. Alright, so that should be just fine. The Frontier Wars. The last vestiges of Native American rule have been stamped out, leaving only the dominion of the United States of America. We have it in our power to begin the world over again. A situation similar to the present has not happened since the days of Noah until now. The birthday of a new world is at hand. This was our destiny. So this caused us to annex the Indian Territory. And to be completely honest, I don't want that. Oklahoma is largely Cherokee and Sioux and Muskogean. Tiny amount of Afro-Americans living here. I actually want to reestablish the Indian Territory because I want someplace for my Native American pops to live where they will not be, discriminated. So, let me see. I could simply release the Cherokee Nation. That would also give them Arkansas. Make them a little stronger. Let me see. Arkansas's got a lot of Dixie-Lander pops in it, though. I think I'm just going to re-release the Indian Territory. Release as own subject country. I think that's fine. I think that's exactly where we want to be. So we'll just create that again. And then, over in subjects, are they the same leader? No, William Muskrat. Interesting. What a nifty name. We're going to reduce subject payments. We're not making any money off of them anyway, that matters. And let me see there. Domestic, they've got the petit bourgeois in government. Rural folk are strong. They're a universal suffrage presidential republic. Yeah, I think all this is sensible. They're going to need to reduce the size of their affairs. I probably should have built up some government admin, but, you know, I'm dumb. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, Indian Territory left them on our Doctrine Pact, but they're back in here. Excellent. One more success in free trade. Everything's going according to plan. Russian-American company wishes to grant us foreign investment rights in their country. Sure. Well, hold on. Hold on, because the question is, what are the conditions for me just straight out buying the territory? Yes, it's the Oregon border dispute. I need to finish the expeditions west, and then once I've gotten Columbia, this southern part of Columbia District away from Britain, I should be able to buy the territory. So I'm going to decline for now. We'll see what comes after that. Alright. And mountain sighted. Utah. A member of the expedition has suggested we detour to climb a mountain and claim it in the name of the United States of America. One of the expedition members has his eye locked on the mountain. It's a good risk, my friend, he says. I don't think anyone has claimed this one yet, you see. Imagine how they'd pay us back home, all for this insignificant rock. Snow slides down the mountainside, melted like threads of gray cotton. Excellent idea. 66% chance of reaching the summit, 33% chance of mountainside issues, or we can't spare the time, minor progress. I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to risk it. Mountainside issues. No! This is the second time in a row well, not in a row. But this is the second time that we've achieved a failure on a 33% chance of failure thing, which again, not that improbable. 1 in 9. While climbing the mountain, see, this is what I get for having success in free trade. While climbing the mountain, a rock fall struck a member of the expedition, rendering them unconscious. The group was forced to turn back. As the rocks tumbled down the mountain, snow cascading in their wake, blood dripped over the ledge where a struck expeditionary lay. The steam escaping his split lips were the only sign of life from the poor boy. With a pang of guilt, John Brown threw the boy over his shoulder and marched down the mountain. A shame. Peril. Oh my goodness, that gave us 3 peril. That's so much peril. Get out of here. We need to find a settlement. We need to find a settlement so they can see that we got a baby and chill out. Help us chill out. Alright, so, with that having been said, we got our little bureaucracy issue sorted out. So it's time to go after New Grenada. Is anyone going to side with them? Looks like El Salvador is going to side with them. Denmark might. I'm not worried about that. Netherlands might. British Republic might. I'm hoping British Republic doesn't. If they do, then we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to get this started. Obviously, they've said no. Nobody is shocked by this. We're going to mobilize, and we're going to raise conscripts. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and only raise the conscripts of my secondary forces. And then, when the time comes, if someone gets involved... Is that the right call? I think it's the right call. I don't think anyone's going to step in on this. Ooh, triage. Excellent. Now, can I do this right now? It only reduces it by 25%. I'm going to implement triage. I think triage is a really good mobilization method. And our armies aren't currently going anywhere, and they're not going to be for a little while, so... if I could get Venezuela in on this, that might be worthwhile, but it might not be, because the British might be more inclined if they could steal Venezuela from me. So honestly, I think keeping them out of the war might be the better call. So, what's their army look like? Some line and skirmish infantry, some mobile artillery and lancers. Okay, so they've got an up-to-date army right now. So I think my best bet is going to be to naval invade them with a larger force than they've got. I think I might start in Panama, but we'll see. Swollen River. The expedition members come across a river that is bursting at the banks. They can try to raft across, which would be quick but dangerous. Alternatively, they can search for a more suitable place to cross, although this could take some time. A brief landscape captured in the moment that found us. The bold gray is the prospective river trapped in a cage of violence and impetus. The wandering trees carried away, decapitated. Sometimes some type of animal, otherwise alone. Onward! 66% chance of a safe crossing, 33% chance of a capsized raft. Better to be safe, the expedition continues, or jump, jump, jump. 1% chance of a monumental progress, 99% chance of major peril. Oh, that's ridiculous. This is available because John Brown is reckless. That's extremely funny. I'm tempted to do it just for the meme value, but I do want to win this expedition because this is hampering our frankly, quite fast Western progress. I think... What are the chances? What are the chances? They're 1 in 3. I'm going to try it. Capsized raft. Gosh darn it. Alright, so this is... Okay, it's only a little bit of peril. Oh, that's a shame. The next time we get a 33% chance of failure on a thing, we'll definitely include it. We'll definitely do it. Is Britain fighting another war right now? Doesn't appear so. Oh, they're going after Dynam for... Hey, there's free trade. Wonderful. For a protectorate and to ban slavery. So if I threw in a war goal to conquer Panama, that would be 8.2 infamy. And if I threw in a war goal to ban slavery... This would actually be useful to me. So yeah, I'm going to throw in a ban slavery war goal, and I'm going to throw in a conquer Panama war goal. Do I want to throw in a conquer Panama war goal, or do I want to throw in a treaty port? I think I want to get all of Panama. So that's what I'm going to do. This is going to slow down the diplomatic play, but it's going to give me an opportunity to mobilize more troops, and I think that's the right call. So I'm not really worried about it. Where is my fleet? Where is the American Navy? Will the American Navy please stand up? All right, we're gonna have a situation here. I'm gonna put this unit here. Actually, I need to increase the size of this navy. I'm gonna put 4 more frigates in here. And 5 more man-o-wars. Those should get built reasonably fast. That'll make sure I can get a naval invasion going. Oh, right. I got an event. Snow on the ground. Some members of the expedition have expressed concern that the weather is turning against them. They insist on hunkering down to avoid the worst of it. The layers of snow kept growing like untreated tumors. A great white, and the reflection of it making our eyes sore and hurt. If we don't stop now, maybe we won't be able to stop anymore. One of the men shivers as he rubs his arm, his lips as pale as our shadow over the snow. He doesn't say a word. Press on, 60% chance of survive, 40% chance of lost. Or heed the warning, expedition slightly delayed. I'm going to heed the warning. I always do that. I think it's just the most sensible way of going about things. Snow clears. After a while, the snow has subsided enough to push on. It was a good thing we didn't try to go out and that it would have been a disaster. Great news. Minor progress. Alright, yeah, I get a little progress on this. That's nice. That's very nice. Do I have the level 3? I don't have Jenicole yet. Alright, so training rate for our fleets is going to be what it is. But, you know, we're getting more ships. We're getting more ships in here. That'll be nice. Hopefully we can get the peril of this expedition down. And no one's going to stop us going after New Grenada. So this should be very straightforward. Obviously that's going to disable a bunch of our trade routes. I'm going to make our landing with the Army of Observation. That's our largest force. Like I said, I'm increasing the number of ships that are in the fleet so that as this force increases in size, we don't wind up in a situation where we're... These units on advance. Whew, good thing I didn't forget to do that. Oh, wow. Oh, we've already succeeded in landing. All right, beautiful. So now we'll just send the regular army, and that should be... that should sort out the war really fast. Wow, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it would be. I wonder if these are separate HQs, and because they only had one army, I was able to do these landings unopposed. I think that's probably what happened. Yeah, it doesn't say exactly, but I think the Central America HQ is its own HQ. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly cancel all these trade routes to New Grenada because they're about to be in our market, and that's not going to affect things. And I'm not going to need trade routes to trade with them. So as soon as we get occupation of Cundinamarca, I can go through and just they'll lose their war support protection at that point, and then it will be the war will functionally be over. Supremacist violence in West Virginia. Violence between white rioters and black freedmen has caused significant tension in West Virginia. The rioters stomped, kicked, and clubbed each other mercilessly. The streets grew slick with the blood of innocent men. Emptied revolvers clattered to the ground as attacks grew too frenzied to bother with reloading anymore. It was only when martial law was declared and troops marched in that even a pretense of order could return. Use the full might of the government to protect freedmen, extra standard of living for freedmen. Radical Dixie pops become radical, Afro-American pops become loyal, or we can't risk alienating the local leaders with the use of troops. Dixie pops become loyal, Afro-American pops become radical, reduced standard of living for Afro-American. I'm going to do the first one. Protect the freedmen. Bad news. While reaching one of the enclaves, a letter was waiting for John Brown, saying that his fiancée back in the United States of America has married another man. Oh, how sorrowful the heart and heavy the mind. This traitor has bewitched my intelligence and poisoned my soul. Oh, how miserable. Oh, how desperate. If the gods of fate are fair and just, they would have this despicable woman her well-deserved end. Let the man mourn, lose progress, so find another one, minor progress and peril. I've got to sacrifice the progress because I can't afford to increase peril. Get me a village. Get me the villager hunting event so that I can find a village and have them see my baby and give me a pile of food and medical supplies, please. That's the goal here. That's the goal. We're going to use the baby to prove that we deserve all of their food and medical supplies. Ooh, new mandate. Excellent. So I think at this stage, let me see. I can upgrade Ideological Truth to level 2. That gives us extra party whip impact on ideological coherence. That's actually really good for me. Or I could go up to Defensive Cooperation level 3, which is reduced sway maneuver cost for diplomatic play target. This is not going to really get strong until 3 when I can call all bloc members. So I'm actually going to increase Ideological Truth by 1 level. Do I need number 3, minimum legitimacy? I don't think so yet. So we'll go there, and that should increase my legitimacy. Yeah, there we go. So this is reducing this penalty has made my government a righteous government, and that is going to lead to increased cohesion gain, which is going to be super duper helpful in the long run. All right. So, at this point, we're just fighting through the center of, through the heartlands of New Grenada. A new quest. As the expedition, as the prioritization of tasks increases in importance, and John Brown keeps track of what every man must do. However, the disobedient explorers have already started their non-agreement about this decision. Document the new species of plants and flowers. Draw them, draw the animals. Document them too. One of our men has the hand and talent of an artist, although his difficulties with the anatomy have already been questioned by few members. Regardless, he's been of great help during this expedition. Most of the others are sent hunting, as the journey leaves behind the mapped villages and roads that the others followed before us. It is just us now and the wild. Hunting must be prioritized. 66% chance of a hunting event, 33% chance of peril. Or it's imperative that we find a settlement, 66% chance of peaceful intentions, 33% chance of peril. I'm going to find a settlement. I don't remember that having a chance of getting peril, so I'm really hoping we don't get peril. Peaceful intentions, here we go. A few days after being sent on a reconnaissance mission, members of the expedition came back announcing they found a native village, in which the group can find aid, using the newborn baby as a symbol of their peaceful intentions. Alright, so this is the event that we're hoping for. As days come and go, our landscape offers minimal changes. These mountains are sharper, these are older, more eroded. Now the river runs on this side, now it runs on the other side. But the chain of circumstances remains the same. Our men came back with great news and announced that another native settlement was found, so we prepared our gifts. Needles and mirrors and medals and ribbons, and all accessories that looked rich and beautiful. We had already repeated the ritual 100 times, but every one felt equally important. We needed their help. So the base 2 options are we should try to barter with them, which is reduces peril but delays the expedition. Is there anyone here who can guide us, which is gains minor progress? Or they've offered us some provisions for the baby and its mother. This is progress and reducing peril, and we get this because we got the baby with us. I'm going to go with the third one. Getting the guide is useful in the long term, but getting the reducing peril is very important right now because we're at 7 peril. So we got some progress, and we reduced peril to 5. This doesn't say whether we've got a guide or a baby in here with us, but that is part of the calculation with these. So, fighting a lot of battles in Cauca. Okay, alright, now we're fighting battles in Cundinamarca. This should get going reasonably fast. And once we've got Cundinamarca well in hand, we'll be, they'll lose their war protection and we'll be able to end the war. So, they're gonna hold out for a few more weeks, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Relations are good, so I'm hoping we won't end up in some kind of kerfuffle. Because if we ended up in a kerfuffle, I'll be very sad. Which is not to say that war isn't itself a kerfuffle, but I don't want to be more in a kerfuffle than I need to be. So, Protectorate, ban slavery, conquer Panama. Proposed deal. Alright, and Colombia is now solidly in our power block. They've lost their status as New Grenada because Panama has been taken over by us. So, what I want to do here... Let me see. We got some trade routes that I can afford to get rid of. This coffee import route has become unproductive. This furniture import route has become unproductive. These silk routes I need to keep. We'll stay there for for now. We're still quite low on paper. And I see some market access shortages in here. Is this real, or is this because of devastation? Reduced infrastructure. No, I think we do need another layer of railways here. Oh no, it's not. We don't need that. It's just the railways aren't hiring. All right, well that's fine. That's fine then. Do I want to build anything up in Panama? No, I think I want to focus on keeping my financial situation where it is. Oh goodness, thank goodness I started incorporating this. So all these states are going to finish incorporating really, really fast now that we've increased, now that we've gotten homelands for them that match our primary pops. So next we have the acquisition of Alaska. Situated in the far north, Alaska is a vast, uncharted territory that may hold many riches. Acquiring the territory will expand our borders greatly, advancing our national prestige and allowing for dominating trade in the northern Pacific. So this is complete if any state in Alaska is owned by the United States. All states in Alaska, currently one of two, fulfill this requirement. At least one of these is owned by the United States or is a decentralized nation. So get us 20 prestige. So what do we need to make an offer? Any state of these is not a decentralized nation. Relations with the USA are greater than 0. This is one of these. A hostile country with a rank of greater. The higher rank has an interest, or has a principal debt of greater than 0 relative to credit. Alright, so for now. Oh. The Russian American company is a company. Interesting. Alright, so we'll need to improve relations. Now. Do we need to improve relations with Russia? I don't think so. Relations with Russia are pretty good. What are our relations with the Russian American company? They're currently -9. Okay, so that should allow me to make my offer. Goldfields depleted. The rich mineral deposits in California have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Alluvial gold dried up. Miners go home. River dried up due to miner activity. Shafts condemned as threat to life. Enter at own peril. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Unfortunate. Reduced migration attraction, or we can't just let them leave. Laborers become radical. Slightly reduced migration attraction. I'm going to do that second one. I don't want them to leave California for a number of reasons, but partially because I'm about to build some gold mines. Gotta get that gold. I love gold. Gold is very important in terms of increasing our ability to support a large construction sector. A stop on the way. With the low temperatures of the mountain, the expedition finds a perfect meadow to take shelter, near the river and far enough away from any other village to not disturb their land. An encampment using cottonwood lumber cut from the riverbanks is suggested by John Brown. It was an unusually cold month when the range of mountains announced their unmerciful judgment before us. As the sun started to set, a glistening light penetrated the canopy of trees, making the shadows tremble and the raindrops cover the brown, almost dead grass. Our expedition was tired, and that tiredness of the soul, far from home and close to the ocean, became much more tangible when the last rays illuminated their swollen faces. This is a perfect place to make a fort. Reduce peril, delay the expedition, or we can't afford this delay, increase progress, increase peril. I'm going to do the first one. Reducing peril is important, and that reduced it by 3, which is pretty good. Or no, by 2, but still, that's pretty good. That also creates a fort object in the Western Frontier Expedition event chain. They'll be usable in subsequent expeditions to get a peril reduction, and I think a progress increase as well the next time I proc this event. O City of Plenty. The most prominent members of Ohio high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Marble walls, shimmering stone. The noise of people coming and going brings the city back to life, and we didn't even know it was dead. Tall buildings cover the sunset, kids play with bricks, smoke blends with the clouds. A distant bell announces the next train. Progress is coming. Once again, I can just take 10% more loyalty among upper and middle stratum pops, or I can say the party will never end, which increases their I'm so good at reading. Increases the loyalty to 25%, but increases the maximum expected standard of living for the upper stratum. So upper stratum are currently at 36. Their minimum expected is not maximum expected, minimum expected. Their minimum expected is secure 20.5. This will increase their minimum expected to 23.5, which is 12 below their current. average. I think that's very, very achievable. So I'm going to say the party will never end. Heck yes. Cash flow is a little rough, but, you know, we're doing our best. So from here, I think... Yeah, so these gold mines are going to increase our minting, which is going to be extremely effective. We're having slightly low construction efficiency. Ah, there we go. And this is mostly coming from Northern California coastal forests. That's why construction efficiency is low. So, this happened because we... Oh, well, no, we're still only at -8 with Russian-American Company. Russia finds itself unable to protect its North American colony of the Russian-American Company and appears willing to sell the territory to us for an affordable sum. The representative of the United States of America agrees to pay to the Treasury in Washington... At the Treasury in Washington to the diplomatic representative or other agent of His Majesty, the Tsar of all the Russias, $7,200,000 in gold. Make the necessary arrangements. We'll offer $3 million over the course of a year. Russia will get an offer for Alaska. Or we cannot afford such an expense right now. I'm definitely going to do it. I have a lot of credit I can leverage for this. So we'll make the necessary arrangements. And that will get us our purchase of Alaska. Russia has agreed to our terms. A treaty for the purchase of the Russian-American Company has been drafted. Tomorrow, if you like, I will come to the department and we can enter upon the treaty. Why wait until tomorrow, Mr. Stukru? Let us make the treaty tonight. What riches do these vast territories hide? Increases, so 57K for 11 months in government expenses. USA will annex the Russian-American Company. American relations towards Russia improves by 10. Excellent. So, let's get colonizing. A circular expedition. Ooh, I love this. The expedition to map the West has been traveling in circles. John Brown can either pick a random direction and push on, or wait for night to fall and use the stars as a guide. I recognized the markings that we'd left on a triangular-shaped rock. We kept walking as I decided not to mention them, but for the whispers among the members and their unsettling eyes, I was sure they also knew. We walked through the forest like autumn leaves, like broken branches, like uncared-for stray animals, like those little kids in fairy tales sent to the woods by evil stepmothers. A circle is a circle is a circle. Push on, 66% chance of hopelessly lost, 33% chance of back on track, or wait for nightfall, minor peril. I'm going to wait for nightfall. Minor peril is not that much, by which I mean it's 1 peril. So there's the expedition of Alaska completed. So we are colonizing at this stage. So, got any gold mines? I love gold. Doesn't look like it. That's a shame. We'll build up some fishing wharves, logging camps, and coal mines. Obviously this is going to keep us in the black for a little bit longer, but that's alright. I'm also going to build up a little bit of resource industry in Panama. That's going to help us in the long term. And paper mills are still not doing great. And we need more steel and glass. So actually, I'm going to take some time to build up. Where have I got paper mills in the United States? Put 3 levels in New York. Where have I got... Actually, here's a better question. Where have I got sulfur mines? I know I've got good sulfur mines in Florida. I got sulfur mine capacity in Florida and a throughput bonus for sulfur mines in the Bone Valley. But where are my current sulfur mines? That's really a better question here. Oh, I need to put my gold mines using proper production methods. So my sulfur mines are in Michigan and Louisiana and Iowa. But primarily Michigan. Oh my goodness, am I... No, here we go. Oh my goodness, I never incorporated Michigan. I'm definitely going to do that. Sulfur mines here are not super duper profitable. Let's go ahead and start making some paper mills here, and we'll put some extra logging camps in here, and that's going to just help with the whole sort of supply chain situation in Michigan. I can't believe I never incorporated Michigan. I'm a goof. A new quest. Yada-da-da. So this is the prioritization of tasks event. I'm going to say it's imperative we find a settlement. Oh my God, we got 3 peril out of that. Well, that's not great. It's not great, friends. Oh, we're going to do our best, but it's not great. With that having been said, we are actually getting towards the end of the episode, so I'm going to put a pin in it here. Yeah, we've made some decent progress, but we've also gotten to very high peril all of a sudden. I was really hoping for the settlement event, but, you know, things go as they go. That's the nature of the West. That having been said, that's all the time we got for today, my nerds. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.